Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Josh. Welcome back to another video. And yeah, today we're going to be talking about the Halo series, or should I say, not necessarily talk about it, but kind of talk about some of the weird stuff that's been going on behind the scenes. Basically, we're going back in time a little bit to talk about the production because holy shit. I mean, I've been wanting to talk about this for a while ever since I heard of it. So it's like, okay, that's all I can say. And I know I'm a little bit late to the party. Okay, I get that. This has been kind of a thing for quite a while, so this is nothing new. But I still want to talk about it anyway. Plus, I'm a couple of days behind. It's been like, what, 2 days since I made a video? And you guys know, usually whenever I don't have the time to make a video like this, I usually confiscate with memes. But for the past few days or so, for some odd reason, every single time I try to upload a meme, I guess it has copyrighted music in the background, I guess. Because some of the music I heard, I didn't even know that could get copyrighted because I've literally gotten the videos copyright striked because of that. So I'm like, okay, well, say goodbye to my juicy memes, I guess, because now I can't even upload anything. So luckily I got the time today, so let's just get right to it, right? So Halo, you know what it is, I know what it is, sort of. I don't know. I don't think I need to explain the story behind it. I guess my personal, I don't know, I guess my sort of experience with Halo, well, surprisingly, it wasn't really the games because you see, I've never had an Xbox growing up. I was always a PlayStation guy, but I always wanted to get into the Halo series. So I confiscated with Mega Bloks. Yes, I used to collect the Mega Bloks Halo sets, and I loved them so much when they first started. I remember, and they're still really nice. Don't get me wrong; they still look really cool. But obviously, I'm into other stuff now, so I don't really see a point in me really collecting those anymore. Plus, what's the point of me buying them if I barely really know anything about the characters? So of course, I had to put that aside. And obviously, I don't want to buy an Xbox just for the Halo series. So I was like, some things are just not meant to be. And then I hear this new series, right? Here we go, years and years later, and it's like, okay, this is actually pretty cool. They're gonna make a Halo series on Paramount Plus. All right. And it looks nice for the most part, you know. Why am I hesitating a little bit? Well, I need to tell you this because this is the most stupidest thing you can ever do as a director, a producer, whoever talks about this, right? The people that made this show, they didn't play the games and they flat out admitted it, which I don't understand. Why would you say that? Why would you go in an article explaining that you've never played the games? You talked about the characters, but you didn't even bother looking into anything, and you're making a Halo show? I don't understand. And a lot of people are apparently saying that it's basically a bootleg Mandalorian, which I mean, I don't know. Now, at this point, it just kind of seems all money grubby. It doesn't even look like they really care about the series, you know? It just kind of looks like that you have an IP, you know, it's popular, so of course they're gonna want to turn it into a TV show just because. But here's the thing, though, you know, what is up with these productions wanting to hire people to make, you know, a specific show or movie or whatever, and then not even bother to even go and do the research before you actually do it? I don't understand that. You know, and this has always been a common thing. This is not just with, you know, Halo, obviously. No, there's been other cases as well. I guess I'll use a stupid example. I guess this is really dumb, but it is kind of the same thing. Let's be real here. You know, the infamous Teen Titans Go cartoon that everybody pretty much shits on because it is shit, and the fact that it's still going on to this day, quite questionable. But I remember when the show was announced, and the people, they pretty much flat out admit that they've never even watched the original show because technically, I guess this was meant to be a reboot. I guess, you know, it's not a continuation for sure, but it's definitely not what people thought it was. So long story short, it made sense that people were pretty angry. But because the show was meant for tiny little kids, of course they're gonna watch it, eat this shit up, and then of course the show's popular, and it's like, okay, well, I guess fuck the original fans, I guess, right? That's basically, well, that's not the same thing in this situation. But what I don't understand is that Halo, this is not just, you know, this is a big game series, you know? It's like, I don't even know how many games there are, all right, you know? And there's like, there's a lot of lore to it, obviously. There's a lot more than you might think. You know, when you think of Halo, you don't think just elites and then grunts and Master Chief and all that, right? Obviously, there's a lot to it, you know? And the reason why I'm talking about this, it's because honestly, I want to get into this show. I really want to watch it, but hearing all this stuff, I don't want to watch it. I really don't. I think I might as well just go back to watching gameplay because I don't plan on playing the games. I really don't. You know, the least I could do is just kind of watch whatever, had some fun with it, and maybe look at some pictures of the Mega Blocks, all right? And yes, okay, yeah, they're called Mega Constructs now, not Mega Blocks, but still, it's the same thing. It's the same damn thing, all right? Still, I don't understand because I'm looking at this through like a newcomer's perspective. Because, like I mentioned, I've never really been able to dive into the series because I don't have an Xbox and I can only go by gameplay, but I don't want to do that. And in fact, literally, I forgot when I did this, but not too long ago, I legit started watching like gameplay for like the first Halo game, the first ever one on the Xbox. And I was like, they really have evolved, So it's like, I'm kind of curious to what they're going to want to do with this show. And obviously, they're not doing anything with it. It's just, I don't know, a bargain bin Mandalorian, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the premise is, all right? And look, I have watched The Mandalorian, so I get, I know the story of Mandalorian. Okay, I get it. He meets, what's his face? Yeah, because like it's not Baby Yoda, all right? It looks like Baby Yoda. I know he has a name, but he got like a weird ass name. So honestly, I can't think of it at the top of my head. All right. So I don't know how it's gonna be with this new show. All right. So far, the only little bits that I've seen is like them fighting the bad guys and all that. And it looks nice. That's what upsets me the most, though. It looks decent for the most part. I think it definitely could have been something great if they didn't just flat out, admit it that they didn't even play the games, but you talked about the characters. But like, what does that mean? I don't understand. So did you only look into like the story of like, the Master Chief and the Spartans? Is that all you did? Is that all you looked into? I'm kind of curious to what they mean by that because they said that they've read the books, but the books are not really enough to cover everything about Halo. So it's like, where are you trying to get at? And, people have even said it's like every single time the creators talk about the show, they honestly just make it worse. So it's like, what exactly are they getting at here? And you know what, Paramount Plus, don't think I'm leaving you out of this either. You're at fault too, because you can't just hire people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. And mind you, Paramount Plus, I have no idea. It is such a mess of a streaming service. Honestly, the main reason I'm talking about this, honestly, it's because I recently got Paramount Plus, and the only thing, honestly, I was looking forward to is just the iCarly reboot because I used to love iCarly. I mean, not used to, I still do. I still tune in every time I see it on Teen Nick, but still. And I remember my parents, they wanted to watch the new Jackass movie, Jackass Forever. I want to see it too, but I don't know. I guess my mother was having some sort of issue and stuff like that. I don't know. We try to watch it. It's not working, so I don't know. I guess in the meantime, we could watch some other stuff, but then again, what else is there? Okay, let's see. There's yeah, honestly, I don't know. What other stuff is there on Paramount Plus? Okay, I haven't been keeping track. All I know is the Halo series and the iCarly reboot. What else is there? Because I've only known all the other stuff from like animation perspective. Like I know there's Camp Coral, which no, I mean that show honestly shouldn't even exist. Considering that the original creator, didn't want spin-offs for SpongeBob, but of course Nickelodeon was like, "Fuck you." So there you go. Okay. What else is there? There's that god awful Fairy Odd Parents reboot, which is obviously not a reboot, but they call it a reboot because I guess now it's in live action, despite having some animation bits in it. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't get it. Like, I love how we went off topic. We went from like talking about Halo to Paramount Plus because honestly, who's to blame? Who should we really get upset with? Is it the creators of the show, or is it Paramount Plus for hiring these people that aren't really doing their part? And I don't know if the first episode is out or anything. Like I said, I don't even want to give this show any kind of like viewing, I don't know. It just feels weird that you didn't even bother to go into, the actual story of it. Because, like I said, I'm a newcomer, all right? I don't really know much about the Halo series. I really don't. Sorry about that. I don't know much about it. So you would think that you would now have a good opportunity of a show like this, But I guess, I don't know. There's always that weird curse, the one where anything that's based off of a video game is going to be prone to be disappointing. I mean, obviously, with the new Sonic movie and stuff like that, obviously that's not the case. The Sonic 1 and 2, those are prime examples of, like, video game adaptations done right for the most part, because they are pretty good films. Well, Sonic 2 I haven't seen, and I don't know if I really plan on seeing it. I'm not too sure. Mostly because I've kind of grown out of Sonic, but whatever, I mean, I still love Ninja Turtles, so I don't know. I don't know where's where's the bottom line here. And I know, yeah, this is a show, not a movie, but still, let's be real here. Why is it that we're still continuing this weird stigma of, like, adapting, a video game into a show or a movie, and then it's, like, still awful? I don't understand. Now, I will say one thing for sure. I don't know if they totally messed up on this, because, like I say, I've only seen, like, snippets and small clips of the show. I haven't really managed to really get into it. And like I say, after hearing all this, I really don't know if I want to. But I know that there's this infamous clip going around where apparently for one of the guns, one of the soldiers, when they were shooting the elites or whatever, at one frame it looks like how the gun should, but then out of another frame, when the person throws the gun, it looked really, really fake. Like, it looked like a prop gun. It looks like they had, like, the gun, but it got, like, that weird kind of texture thing going on, because most likely the gun was probably in CGI or something like that. It's really hard to explain. If I could find the clip, I would definitely put it in the description so you can see it for yourself, just to get an idea what I'm talking about here. So, okay, so it's bad enough that the story might be crap, but what about its production? Because we know that this show is definitely very, very heavily CGI. So, I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know. My brain's gonna pop any second now if I had to keep looking into this. Honestly, I don't even want to keep going. Honestly, what else can I say? Paramount, you can't just hire people that don't even bother to do the research, and then when they get into an interview about the show, they don't even know what the fuck to say. They don't even know what to really comprehend. They're just like, we never played the games. No, we talked about the characters, and that was about it. We read some of the books, but, like, no, that doesn't really work. It's like Star Wars, the lore of it, but you know that the books, that's just more of something, on the side. Like that time that you got the whole zombie stormtroopers thing, that'd be interesting. The fact that that's kind of canon in the Star Wars lore, but obviously there's no point to really adding that into the main story. It just kind of feels like something you could put in a spin-off. I mean, for crying out loud, what do we got Mandalorian, we got the Book of Boba Fett, and then we got Obi-Wan Kenobi. Those are understandable. Okay, you could definitely see stuff like that being into the lore, but I'm just saying, but the Halo, I don't know. Halo, I don't know. There's definitely a lot to digest. You can't really just base off of just one source alone. If you're given multiple resources, obviously, if you got more than one way to learn about Halo, you better utilize it if you're going to be making the show. You can't just be all willy-nilly and then just kind of come up with your own shit. Well, unless it makes sense to the context of the story, I mean, I'm just saying, the fact that I'm hearing, like, this weird stuff about the Mandalorian, stuff like that, to me personally, that kind of leads me to think that most likely the whole show is just going to be just based off of Master Chief, and then that's about it. Which, obviously there's a lot more characters, obviously. That I know. All right, I can't memorize every single character, obviously. This is a huge game franchise, okay? You think I'm going to remember every single character? Come on. Even in the Ninja Turtles, I don't even remember everyone's names, okay? I'm not going to memorize every single villain that's in the goddamn show, I could remember maybe characters like Mr. X from, like, that one episode where we first meet Mondo Gecko for the first time. That's about it. That's not even counting all the other weird human characters that are in the show. Especially that time that Ninja Turtles literally fought hillbillies in, like, season 5 or something like that in the original cartoon. Which, yes, that did happen. And, I don't know if you got the box set for it, you could go ahead and give that a watch, I mean, it's an interesting season. It got Mutagen Man, it got Muckman, but not to get off topic or anything like that. But, the point that I'm trying to make is that there's a lot of media out there that got like tons of characters. Ultraman is another example. You know how many freaking characters and kaijus that whole series has? And it's like, come on now. Halo's the same thing. There's a lot more to it than you think. So again, you can't just go into it thinking that you know what you're doing when you really don't. That's all I have to say. Who knows? Will it change over time? I don't know. Will they listen to the criticism and actually fix their show? I have no idea. Do I plan on watching the series after all this? I don't think so. I just wanted to speak about this. I wanted to get my mind off of it because I thought that this was really, really stupid, So it's like, okay, I'm gonna leave it at that, and yeah, I'll pretty much end it there. So that's about it. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the new Halo series? Right? Did you watch it yet? Did you not watch it yet? Do you plan on even watching it after they admitted that they don't really know anything about Halo itself? Who knows? I don't know. So what's next on the chalking board, right? What am I going to talk about for my next video? Well, I do random shit each time, so you never know what to expect. Even I don't know what to expect. You probably never expected me to talk about Halo, but like I said, when I was young, I used to be into the Mega Bloks stuff. I loved them so much. But obviously, I'm into other stuff. I mean, I'm Godzilla, Kong. I've been fixing my NECA collection, so I got that retro cloth, leather face from the Texas Chainsaw 3. The fact that I'm looking at this stuff and I'm thinking, when am I gonna go back to doing tour reviews? I would definitely love to get back into that, but when is a good time? I have no idea. But until then, I hope you guys stay. Guys, chainsaw pointing at me. So until then, I hope you guys stay safe out there. It's still a pretty weird world out there. You got the ups and downs. Is this pandemic almost over? Is it going back up again? Is it, make up your damn mind. And just be careful, all right? Because this world is still shit at the moment. So switch over what's going on. But until then, if you like the video, you can leave a like, dislike it if you dislike it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. I talk about random stuff all the time. I do toy hunts and stuff like that. If you're into that. So yeah, that's about it. So see ya.